Welcome back to Team FastEddy. Today we're going to take a look at the Team Chase steering link setup for the Losi 5. The unit that comes with the Losi is located right here, and it's an alloy piece, and it uses two screws that screw down into the plastic, and then there's also two bushings that the you can't see that, can you? Two bushings that the screw rides on, one on each side, and it can be a little bit sloppy. On my 5, there is quite a bit of play in the front wheels as I wiggle it, and if I isolate one wheel and wiggle, you can see here that most of that play is coming from the bushing and the steering link setup. And the Team Chase has come up with a product here that is going to eliminate most of the play and is also going to be a superior setup as far as less friction. Let me go ahead and take this apart, and we'll do some, take that out of the package, and we'll show you some close-ups. Alright, we have it removed from the package. If you take a look, and we're going to do a little close-up here, you can see that there is a bearing that is retained in there with a little clip rather than a bushing, and that's the bearing is going to give us a lot smoother back and forth motion. You can see that it is a flange bearing, and it's held in by the clip on the front. The metal bushings that are included in the Losi have been replaced with a plastic or a nylon bushing of some sort. I know Team Chase well enough to know that they've chosen the proper material for that, and that's going to press down inside of the bearing. I don't really anticipate much wear on these because it is rotating inside of a bearing, and it's the same on both ends. So basically this is going to be pretty much just a drop-in replacement. If we take a look at the screws that are included in the kit, we'll notice that it has actually been worked on. The head of this is actually smaller than a standard screw, and they've done that so that when it fits down inside of the unit here, that it's not hitting on any clips or anything. So you will need to make sure that you do use the Team Chase screws that came with it. One of the other benefits here is that the screw is going to go all the way down through the steering arm here rather than just tapping into the plastic. It's going to go all the way through, and then they also supply nuts to put on the bottom. So it's actually going to make for a much more secure unit, as well as a smoother unit with less play. We're going to take a few minutes here and install this, so sit back and relax. To install the steering unit, we really do not have to remove the top plate on here. However, I'm going to remove it just so that it's a little bit more visible for the video. I think it's a little easier to work on as well when you take that off, but the truth of the matter is that you can leave it on to replace the unit. Alright, we've removed our top plate here, and now you can better see the brace here that we are replacing, and it's just a little easier to get to and work at. The first thing that we're going to do is to remove the old brace. There's two screws on here. Very simply going to remove them, and you do need to make sure and watch out for the little bushing that is included in there, that it doesn't get lost, just in case you want to save your old unit and put it in your pit box. You never know what may happen in the course of a day. But we're very simply going to remove those two units. We're going to replace them with the Team Chase unit. Very simply, going to make sure that our little grommets are in there, and we're going to screw this one in. We're going to go all the way down through the steering arm so that we can put our nut on there. Get back on there. So that we can put our nut onto the bottom, which is kind of hard to see. Let's go ahead and get the second one on there. Things like to wiggle around. Screw it down till it's just snug. There we go. That's basically how the unit installs. I'm going to put on the two little nuts that back the bottom up here. Not that we really need them, but it's always best to put them on to be secure. And then we're going to put our top plate back on. So we'll be right back. Well, we made quick meal out of that one. Units installed took about 5 minutes. Let me isolate one of the wheels here, and you can check out, and you can see that it's really gotten rid of a lot of slop that was in this front steering assembly, which is going to be nice. I'm sure we'll be able to feel that right away. Down the line, the bearings that are included in here are replaceable. You just take out the snap ring and pop in a new flange bearing, put the snap ring back in, and you're ready to go. The alloy unit I don't suspect is ever going to bend or break, and then it's possible down the line that the little insert grommets can wear out, and I'm sure there'll be a replacement kit for that, but I just don't see that happening very quickly or often or at all, because there's just no load on that bushing. It all goes onto the bearing, which is in there turning. So again, this is the Team Chase steering brace setup for the Losi 5T. It's available at TGN distributors or any of your other fine 5th scale retailers. We want to thank you for stopping by, Team FastEddy. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. If you have any more questions or want to give some feedback on any of the parts from Team Chase, feel free to go over to RC Large Scale and post your opinions, ask your questions. Again, thanks for stopping by, Team FastEddy.